What's up, everybody? It's Monday, May the 20th. We're at our first install of the week. I think it's going to be a pretty good one. The customers have everything ready for us when we come in this morning. They've got their drawers and things covered, which isn't necessary, but it's nice. It'll make sure nothing gets on their stuff. They had the stove already moved out of the way for us, and I'll show you where we're at. The entrance leads right into the kitchen, so really can't ask for a better opening. They've got everything moved out of our way so we can get in here. So if they was all like this, it'd be awesome. I brought everybody in the shop with me so that we can get it in pretty quick. Dave, we're gonna have to disconnect that and kind of set it to the side. We'll set a bucket in there and set that sink on it. I need to be careful and not let anything drop in that sink or anything like that, because that's one of those special order ones. So here's our entrance. Truck and trailers right here. Went ahead and just set up our backsplash out here. So as long as we do our part and don't break or mess anything up, this shop should go really well and really fast. Alright guys, we got all the tops in. I went ahead and sent the other guys back to the shop. Will's got to watch over the office because Dawn's leaving early. And Landon is going to cut and straighten up the shop, I guess, until we get back. Got a seam, one seam I got to put together. David will mount the sink and all that stuff. So I think it's going to turn out pretty good and pretty quick. If you look at my bubble and my level here, that tells me that this top here needs to come up this way. So I'm going to start running shims in this front side to try to get this bubble more centered in here. So on my seam piece here, if you see I got a gap right here. Well, I have one. But see how that plays? And that will cause that area right there to go up and down. So I could have put a shim in here and caused that to go down and leveled that seam up that way. But that was the incorrect way. By putting the level on here and finding out which way this was correctly leveled, let me know how I had to put this together, if that makes sense. Because everything's connected to everything else. So now I got it in between the lines. But we get to the point now is where we want to make it look good visually as well. So I've got a pretty good space under here now, leveling it up. I could go double that to get it dead center of that bubble, but then visually it won't look good over here. So we're going to split the difference in that. I think this is pretty good. We're in between the lines, and I don't want the customer to have a half-inch gap over here, you know. So you just kind of got to use your brain on things like that. Alright, now I'm mixing my color for my seam. Remember, we're going for the primary color, which is this lighter color, it's kind of whitish gray tone. So that's what I've got here. Once I do it, I'll go back with a skim coat, and then I can put my darker tones in there to camouflage it. You always start with your light, that way you can go back with the dark. My primary color had dried, we scraped it off. Now I'll put the secondary, a darker gray on there, and I'm going to just show you the difference. This was my primary, this was my secondary. So I'm getting the lights and darks in the slab and the seam. And once this dries and I scrape it smooth, then I'll put my black spots in there. While this is setting up, I'm going to go ahead and polish the front of the seam where it goes together. Alright guys, we finished the job. Like always, I got nervous talking to the customer and forgot and had to run back in here, but it turned out very good. They've got some stone down here on their peninsula that I really like, and I think it looks really good with this stone. So you know, pretty standard job, peninsula, 4-inch backsplash, freestanding range. This is the first one of these dark stainless undermounts that I've mounted from Levi. I have put in a couple of dark stainless on jobs that the customer has supplied. Well, maybe this customer supplied, I don't remember. But anyway, oh, the seam. The seam's over here. And even though I did it, I had to look for it. So that is a good sign on the seam. I showed you guys earlier how I did it with the 2 different shades of epoxy and then camoed it up with the black. We're right over top of it here, and you can't see it. You know, my goal is always to take a step back and not be able to see it, and I think we 100% accomplished that. You know, I don't like putting seams in jobs, but on this one I just kind of had to. Got this 123-inch sink run here. A lot of people would have seen that. We did it in one piece. Everything turned out really good. Had a little bit of a bow in this sink run. The cabinets kind of in the center where the sink's at and the dishwasher there, the cabinets kind of went up a little bit, which kind of left it lower on the right side and the left side, more so on the right side than the left. So we just went in there and shimmed it up to support it and keep it safe. And as you can see, my silicone under there, we went with a transparent gray silicone to kind of match the tops and to match the cabinets. So nothing major there. Also, the corners of the sink had a little bit more of a radius on them than I liked for it to have. So that took a little while. I went ahead and squared them up a little more so that it would look nicer with the sink. That's something a lot of installers would have immediately took it back to the shop and been crying and all that, and the customer had to wait, you know, another day or two on their top. But when we see stuff like that, man, we just take care of it. You know, you just cover everything up and you bring your grinder and your vacuum and your spray bottle and you fix it. That's what a real installer is supposed to do, man. You're not supposed to, you know, if it ain't lick and stick, you don't bring it back to the shop, man. You know, you make it work. But anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments, and I will do my best to answer if you're nice about it. If not, I'll just ignore you. So y'all have a blessed day.